The last day of freshman year brought a sense of stale air and stuffiness to the school hallway. I opened my locker one last time to make sure I'm not leaving anything important behind. An old algebra test sits at the bottom. The glaring D grade reminds me that math is the bane of my existence. But I grab it anyway and stuff it into my backpack. I slam my locker door and hurry downstairs. The last steps walking through the school exit make me giddy. Summer has arrived, finally. No more agonizing over math homework or economics pop quizzes. No more waking up to an annoying 7 a.m. alarm that might as well have been set for the crack of dawn. And no more swim class, even though I skipped it all the time. No more boiled-to-death broccoli or dried-out meatloaf in the gross cafeteria lunches that aren't even fit for human consumption. Freshman year is over. I push the double doors open with a stress-free smile, and my friend Nicole is waiting for me. "Emily!" she shouts, hugging me. "Nicole!" I shout back. Moments later, I hear laughter behind me and the 3:05 p.m. after-school bell rings. I know right away that it's Allie and Jessica. During the year, Nicole and I waited for them in front of the school, and they never arrived until the sounding of the last bell of the day. Nicole, Allie, Jessica, and I are pretty much inseparable. We met and became close during history class. We all sat together at lunch at the same table every day, glancing over at the boy who we happened to be crushing on that week. In history class, we passed notes back and forth about the latest Brenda and Dylan drama on 90210, or what rom-com to see over the weekend at the 99-cent movie theater. Our history teacher, Mr. Reese, never seemed to mind. I think mainly because he was too busy lecturing the class on why the 1991 Super Bowl would be a hot topic of conversation for years to come. Before the last days as freshmen in high school, we talked about what we were going to do during our summer break. Awesome and unforgettable were words we used in conversations about it. We wanted to have the kind of summer to look back on and have a laugh remembering. The kind of summer that we continue to tell stories about even years later. We have the entire summer ahead of us, and we're going to try and do everything that we can to make it last. Jessica has wavy blonde hair that looks like a lion's mane when it falls around her face. She pokes fun at herself all the time. She calls herself the Queen of the Forest or Lioness, which I actually love because those names are way more complimentary than insulting. She always wears her hair up in a banana clip and says that she will never be seen in public with her hair down. Nicole and Allie are often mistaken for sisters ever since they both cut bangs and their long, dark hair. I recently sprayed Sun-In in my hair because I was feeling super self-conscious about my body after a recent mortifying game of Spin the Bottle. Jessica's cousin, Michael, was in the circle playing, and that was the first night I met him. He was the kind of cute that you immediately develop a crush on. When he spun the bottle, it landed on me. I panicked because I had never kissed a boy before. Jessica said to him, "You have to kiss Emily!" To which Michael responded, "The fat one?" I felt an immediate lump in my throat when I saw him pointing his finger at me, laughing like he had just heard the funniest joke ever. A rush of fuming warmth spread across my face. Somehow I managed to blurt out, "Wow, you're a real asshole," before I stormed off. After that, I didn't want to look like myself anymore, and the quickest way to accomplish that was to go blonde. The first day of summer break, the girls and I met at Jessica's house. It was our designated hangout spot. Her mom didn't want, in her words, any teenage racket in her house, so we stayed outside in the backyard where we sipped on iced tea or Coca-Cola at the picnic table and played with Jessica's golden retriever, Goldie. Although we rarely went inside, it became a second home. The sun sets behind the trees as we sit on the porch steps at Jessica's house. The paper boy and our fellow classmate, Justin, is riding his bike with his headphones on and delivering the paper on his evening route. All I can think about as he rides past is how his eyes could possibly be that blue. They sparkled from miles away. "Hi, Justin!" Jessica shouts, waving. Justin waves back at her. Then he pulls his headphones down, casually flips his hair, looks at me, and smiles. "Hey, Emily," he says. The fact that he even acknowledges me catches me off guard. We were in the same biology class, but we barely spoke to each other except for the time Mr. Fallon paired us up for a lab about mushrooms. During the lab, Justin was poking and prodding a mushroom. then turned to me and asked, why was the mushroom so popular? I furrowed my eyebrows at first before I caught on that he was trying to tell me a joke. I don't know. Why? I asked. Because he was such a fun guy, Justin said. I'm easily amused, so I laughed. Mr. Fallon, however, was not so easily amused. Justin had such a proud and beaming smile that it made me laugh even harder. The moment was short-lived because Mr. Fallon threatened us with detention if we didn't take the lab more seriously. After that, much to my disappointment, we weren't paired up again for the rest of the year. So, because I'm caught off guard by his, "Hey, Emily," I respond with the peakiest peak of awkwardness. Hey. Hi. Hello. Hey, Justin. Then he smiles at me and says, "See you around." He puts his headphones back on and continues on his route. Allie and Nicole erupt into laughter. I attempt to quiet them with a friendly push. "Shut up, you guys," I whisper. "I think someone has a crush on you," Allie says. "Justin is nice to everyone," Jessica says. "Well, he didn't say hi to me or Allie, though, did he?" Nicole says. "Yeah, I mean, are we invisible or what?" Allie asks. "Whatever, let's just go for a walk. I'm bored," Jessica says. Jessica's tone is off, but I don't know why. She can't be jealous because there's no way a boy like Justin has a crush on me. I mean, he's basically the Jake Ryan of our class, minus the red Porsche. Totally out of my league. I sit there for a few moments pondering that thought before I realize the girls are already walking down the street. I get off the porch and run towards them to catch up. Walking around the neighborhood for hours is one of our favorite things to do, especially later at night. It's the same route every time. On our walks, we pass G.J. Mann Elementary School, Dee Dee's Dairy, and 7-Eleven. Across the busy intersection from 7-Eleven is a private but non-gated community. The no trespassing sign never keeps us out. Maybe it would have if there wasn't a huge playground with the biggest swing set ever. It's our spot to sit and talk for hours. Sometimes we play a game where we twist the swing chains until they cannot twist any further. Then we let go of the chains and hold our arms straight out while lifting our feet off the ground. Gravity has full control until the chain untangles. Whoever untangles first is the winner. I look at my watch and it's 9:34 p.m. The playground is dark. The streetlight nearby just burned out after flickering on and off for the last 15 minutes. The full moon is the only thing preventing total darkness. A light breeze forms around us, hinting that it's getting later. I forgot to bring my jacket and goosebumps form on my upper arms. I cross my arms and rub my hands over them to try to keep warm. Suddenly, an old, squeaky hunter green Buick circles the playground over and over again. "Okay, that's the third time that car drove by," Allie says. "Paranoid much? Maybe he's lost," Jessica tells her. I don't let on how much I want to get out of here. The person driving that Buick isn't lost. I know it. But still, I ignore it. When the car drives by the fourth time, it stops and idles for 2 minutes with its headlights on, revving its engine. "What the hell is that person doing?" Nicole asks. We can see the shadowy outline of a man behind the wheel of the Buick. What is instantly recognizable is that he has frizzy hair. Creepy frizzy hair. The glare from the headlights makes it difficult to see much else. Then the Buick drives away. "Let's get out of here, guys," I say. We hurry from the swings and walk back towards Jessica's house when we hear a startling sound behind us.